Okay, thanks very much, Rainier. Glad we found you, and you're on fine form as usual. That's good to see. So it's my honour to introduce our platinum sponsor, who are a relatively new member for the Combined Logistics Network, Perimeter Global Logistics, also known as PGL, are headquartered in Dallas, Texas. And we're delighted to have some of their senior executive team with us this week here in Kuala Lumpur. To speak on behalf of PGL and give us some insight into their business and how they can connect with you, I'm delighted to introduce a new friend of mine. We just met at the coffee break, and we have a common history going back in that Raj worked at MSAS, which many of you would know, one of the world's greatest forwarders, which got acquired by XL, the British company, where I worked for a while as well. So it's funny how the commonality of the backgrounds comes together. So it's my honour to invite Raj Sobhani, who leads this company, PGL, to come and give us the talk on behalf of PGL. Please welcome Raj.
You know, after seeing Richard's presentation, I said, man, how can I outdo this one? This is a phenomenal video. So I'll try to make sure you guys don't fall asleep, because mine is a pretty boring presentation, might put you to sleep, so I'll try to make sure we don't do that. Thank you very much, Niels, for giving us the opportunity to attend this conference and present PGL, a relatively small company, but I'll tell you a little more about it in just a second. This is our history. This company was formed in July 2006 by two graduating students. One of them is Bo Lamont, and he's our co-founder, and another one is Justin Nish. These two kids graduated from college, weren't sure what they want to do. And their father, who's Bill Lamont, who's the owner for a company, kind of just guided him and kind of put him in the right place to start some business handling furniture, hotel projects, etc. Well, that went along for 4 years, and in April 2010, the company really started becoming a freight forwarder. So really our start is for 5 years now. And we obtained our indirect air carrier license from the TSA. Most of you know in America, that's what that is. And in March 2015, on the eve of our 5th anniversary, I'm proud to announce that this company has been on a total tear. We've been growing an average of 80% compounded annual growth. So that's a little bit about us. What makes us grow that fast? What have we done right? What is the secret sauce? It really is adding what we call diversification, different products, as we call them. We call it services. As you'll see out here on the right-hand side is a year that we added that product. Obviously, we started with domestic, LTL, air, truckload, etc. 2010, then we added international in 2010. Dennis Garcia, who is here with me, is our Director of International Transportation, and he opened up international. And now his department alone has 18 employees just managing international, import, export, etc. We added warehousing in 2011, a little project that we started with, didn't think where that'll grow, and later on in 2012 we added crating. We build specialized crates for, some of our clients are like energy companies moving multi-million-dollar equipment into Nigeria, into India, companies like Halliburton, etc. And so for those equipment, you need some really well-built crates, so that's what we added. That's another division of our company. We do some crating for our customers. Contract logistics was not an accident, it was sort of an accident, and we'll show you a case study in just a minute, how that ended up being. And today our company, our business has grown so much that whereas domestic transportation was 100%, sorry, it has now come down to less than 40%. So we've been adding international, crating, so on and so forth. A few more products we added is trade shows. And each of these products comes with sort of like what PGL does is we look for talent, and when we get talent, we start that product. So somebody with about 23 years experience in trade show business joined us, and he heads the trade show business. Same with air charter. We started handling air charter, as you may be aware of the hurricane that hit Cabo San Lucas. That really kind of started our air charter. We had a unique need for our customers shipping products. I don't know if you know, Cabo San Lucas was devastated. Hotels were completely destroyed. They needed some equipment to basically clean out, take the moisture out. That created an air charter opportunity, and since then we've been handling a few air charters at the rate of about one or two a month. Government services, something we added. Again, another person who came from a US Army background with a lot of years of experience and worked for Delta Airlines. He joined us and started the government service practice. Intermodal rail, same thing. We had someone in MCI, Kansas City, joined us this beginning of this year, and we already booking stuff for our clients, providing them service in intermodal. CTPAT certification, those of you in the US, and even most of the CTPAT is a joint collaboration with various countries that are members of that. We have started actually helping our customers. This is just a service. We just did it for our customers, especially the latest port, as you all saw, their freight was held up at the LA LGB last few months. I ran into someone here who was talking about how his freight forwarder is not performing well, and how he'd like to consider talking to us. And I said, in all fairness, you may want to just rethink it because the Port Authority really had a big congestion, as you guys all read about it. So we help our clients become CTPAT certified. That helps them expedite the freight. And last but not the least, this is a feather in our cap. We just finished this in January after just like Niels mentioned, his 2-month vetting process to join CLN. We went through a 6-month vetting process with DHL. We all know what DHL is. DHL actually ended up acquiring the company that I was with eventually. And we now are an authorized reseller, one of only 11 that DHL has. These are our hallmarks. Mark touched upon earlier about speed, agility. That's what we are. What makes us really get successful is we move very quickly. Speed is what we are. That's probably one of the biggest suit is speed. We move fast. We move fast to situations. Collaboration, that's what we're here for, to collaborate with vendor partners, customers. To us, both customers and our vendors are equally important because you are the sort of the backbone that carries and moves the freight. So it's not just customers. Customers are important, but so are our relationship with vendors like you. Hunger, not Hunger Games, but we are very hungry. We are never satisfied. Enough is not good enough for us. And while we've been growing pretty rapidly, anything less than 50% growth just sort of turns us off. So we hope to continue that momentum and as we build more relationships here over the next couple of days. Partnership, talked about it. Execution, this is really our strongest suit. We do what we say we will do. Case closed, that's it, it ends there. If we say we'll do something, we have to do it. And last but not the least, service, service, service. I'm proud to say in the last 3 years, we have not lost one customer. We have lost 3 customers, and they were for the same reason. Niels had that button out there, the red button, the customer doesn't pay. So we had to actually fire 3 customers because they didn't pay the bills. But other than that, we are very proud to say we have not lost a customer. A little bit of credibility of our company. These are all different certifications. You all have the same in your own country. United States, we obviously are in a very regulated environment with TSA, with US CBP, Customs Border Protection, with, we are also a NVO. We are a Women Business Enterprise. We passed our CTPAT back in 2011. And we also have carrier's permit to haul alcohol. You require a special permit to do that. And we were recently, went through ISO 9001, something we should have done many years ago, but at the rate we're growing, where we're adding about 6 to 7 employees, new hires every month, it does become challenging to kind of take a time out to do things that are important, such as ISO 9001. Now I want to just talk about a few case studies to share with you what DGL does and did and how we are very fortunate where we are today thanks to these case studies. Pier 1 is a large wholesaler with about 1,000 plus stores in the United States. You might have heard about it. And it all started with a simple truck brokerage business in 2010, very little. Later on in 2011, while we were obviously not big enough, we couldn't handle their stuff. We helped them and guided them on doing a 25,000 TU negotiation they did with folks like Evergreen, Maersk, so on and so forth. Later on, we added what was a big challenge for them. They were opening about roughly 2 to 3 stores a month, new stores, so about 30 stores per year. The challenge was getting, when you go to a retail store, everything you see, the displays, the cash register, the bathroom, the towels, just the whole bit, that entire fixed assets management, DGL took a good look at it and we took it over, and what we did is, for every new store, 3 53-foot trucks get loaded. And they're so well engineered, every single thing we load goes in the same order of how it's going to come last. So what comes out last goes in first, obviously. These 3 trucks go in tandem. We take about 200 digital photographs as we put each crate in, as we build a pallet, etc. The idea is that when the store opens, they can't afford to have 1 day of downtime because they announce in advance. As Mark announced, his book is going to be released on June 9th. Well, there's a lot of planning that goes between now and June 9th that he must make sure happens. Same thing, stores. Ever since we've done that, we have not had not one store that has run out into something what apps. We've not had a single store that has complained about, by the way, I must stopwatch here, being for a few minutes. So that's what we did with Pier 1. And after that, they went ahead and they asked us to help them with the inventory overflow in 2012. What started out was a 75,000 square foot facility in the United States in Dallas, Texas. We moved, when you start about speed, in a record 3 business days, we found the space for the client. We executed a lease. Don't know how many of you signed lease agreements, but if you're aware, it takes days and months for legal review, etc. We got it done in 3 business days. And that same weekend, we unloaded about 100 plus trailers. After that, they gave us another shot, and they now we run a 220,000 square foot facility. Wish to have those robots parts that Mark showed us. Don't have those yet. It's still manual. But we pull about roughly 3,000 to 4,000 orders. In peak, we pull about 7,000 orders. That's what we do in our contract logistics. And we work about 2 shifts, 10-hour shifts with some overtime, because we're basically closed between 2 in the morning and 6 in the morning. So the 2 shifts run all the way to 2 a.m., start at 6 a.m. We have about 35 staff members at that time. These are people wearing PGL t-shirts, but they wear Pier 1 t-shirts. Another case study here is Nokia Networks. That's what it's called now. Back then in 2012, when we did this for them, it was called Nokia Siemens Network. Nokia, as you know, is one of the largest, still is, although the Apple and the BlackBerry and the others took some of their market share. What we did for them is they came with a strange situation. They said, we have T-Mobile, their customer, and they want to open up what's called 30-odd markets. What that means is, as you're going through the LTE 4G upgradation, this is back 2.5 years ago, they needed a space where the contractors could come out and take the equipment and then come back if there's any problem, and come back and return spares, RMAs, the whole 9 yards. The requirement was to do it in 5 to 6 weeks. And they had some big players like Kuehne+Nagel, who was managing this, and Kuehne+Nagel couldn't do it. Proud to say PGL did it, and we still are running their operations. Now they've added a few more carriers. They're doing a little bit of Sprint, a little bit of other companies. So Nokia Networks, this was another example of what we did for them. They wanted a new software. They wanted a software that could integrate into their software, which we found out was the Red Prairie Smart Turn. And so that's another example of what PGL is all about. We move very, very fast. We make things happen. Opening up 30 plus markets in 5 weeks, as you guys might know, is not a joke. It really requires a lot of effort. Of the 35 locations that we opened for them, only 7 were ours. The rest were all agents. And that's the relationship we have in the United States with our agents. Last case study, real brief. This is one of our big verticals, aviation, aerospace. We all know the term AOG, aircraft on ground. And Dallas Aeromotive is one of our large customers, and they're part of BBA, a British publicly held corporation in the United Kingdom. BBA went through 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, wanting to narrow down what they had was 80 plus providers doing logistics in different companies. And they wanted to go down to 8, and then eventually down to 4. PGL was the only one that earned the preferred provider status. We're down to one of 4 core providers that manages that business. We have employees. In each of these cases, I forgot to mention, in Pier 1, we have about 40 employees working on Pier 1. In Nokia, we have a dedicated team, about 7 right now. In Dallas Aeromotive, we have 4 at their site. They work at their site. They wear their t-shirts. They have their email address. But what they do is they facilitate movement. And as somebody, as Mark touched upon earlier, the response time. And I think Richard mentioned about East Malaysia, how it takes a little bit of time to get back to ports. We're all in the same business here. We all need to serve our customers. We serve the customers now, right? PGL presence, a little bit about where we are in the United States. Oops. We have 14 offices in the United States, and we're growing. This year we plan to add another 6. We're in only 2 foreign countries. While we don't want to really, we're a US-based company, we want to be in the US. The reason why we open these offices, each of them is for meeting a customer's need. We opened Qingdao for meeting a customer's need. They wanted our own presence. That's what it took, that's what we did. In the year 2015, we look forward to opening Abu Dhabi. Again, my earlier slide of BBA. They opened a big operation, MRO operation, doing helicopter engines. And for that, they needed PGL's presence there. So we already have a partner in Dubai that is helping us, but we look to open our own office in Abu Dhabi. And we will look at opening, by the time we're done, by the end of this year, we'll have our national footprint throughout, east, west, south. So pretty much in every gateway city, and we can handle all your needs. Total count expect to be more than 20 by December 31. All our facilities obviously have to be TSS certified. They're just single badge, employee badge that access all the facilities. They're all secure, they're all camera systems. We can see them from anywhere in one place. We have about 500,000 square feet in Dallas Fort Worth. That is just one customer alone you saw earlier. Pier 1 has 225,000, another one of 50,000. And then we have other customers ranging between 5,000 and 20,000, whatever the needs are. Just in January alone this year, we added 2 new facilities totaling 120,000, one of 80,000, one of 40. And throughout the rest of the country, we have 250,000 square feet, about 25,000 each location. But when our clients ask, can you do this? Can you go to the moon and come back? You know what we say? Let's look at it, we'll come back to you. Technology, as somebody talked about WiseTech, we use CargoWise. It's one of the most robust systems that I know of. We explored that. We have TMS, WMS, is fully integrated customs module. We use Smart Term by Red Prairie. We have, since we got the DHL reseller, we're just implementing a new software called Rock Solid, which is for DHL resellers. We use Varut database. This is a big database in the United States for managing your vendors for TSA purposes. And just our core values. I will not take any more time since we know we're running a little behind, but these are our core values and that's our contact information. So thank you very much, CLN, for giving us an opportunity. Thank you very much, folks, for giving us an opportunity to be friends with you. I hope to leave this seminar, this conference, having each and every business card of each and every one of you, and I hope to do the same thing myself. Thank you very much.